Volkov been looking like Qui-Gon on his Instagram. Qui-Gon Jinn on his Instagram. What is he looking like? Hang on a second. Romanov watch party. It's a fucking feast. That is so funny, actually. They're just... Dude, a Romanov watch party, none of them are watching the TV and they're all just eating food at the table. Fat fucks. Oh, God, I love Eastern Europeans, man. So fat and funny. Sent it. More food at the Romanovs. Have they added more food to their table? What the fuck, dude? They got pizzas there as well. You cannot script a better Eastern European family. That's what it is. That's what it is to be Eastern European, dude. Being an absolute fat fucking Rizzler-shaped child with bright clothing and like colored glasses. Like you're dressed for a fucking rave as a child while you're like morbidly obese. And you become a saggy 6'10" person when you grow up. They got Tubbs Romanov on a stretcher right now. They better be fucking vibranium reinforced. DMs, it's so funny. All right, mate. Jesus Christ. They killed Romanov. Yeah, he is dead on a stretcher. That's crazy. 44 years old, eating dinner with my wife and son, watching you and getting mad because you're saying Pimlet beats Ilya. What the fuck is wrong with me? That is cringe. Are your wife and son watching as well? What the fuck are you doing watching me at the dinner table? Be there, present with your family. Jesus Christ. Are you 12? Get off the fucking iPad, kid. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? Supposed to lead by example. Just humiliate him in front of his family at dinner? Hey, it's true. It's true, dude. We're watching you as a family, you incel. Sorry. I give it a $2. I'm sorry for shaming you. Why am I an incel now? You're the one watching me on your fucking iPad at dinner. What's going on, mate? You know what I get the vibe from you, FM57? I don't mean to like harp on you about this, but watching me at dinner as a family is insane, but I respect it massively. But if not, yeah, I find that so funny, the idea of a grown man. Like, they're all trying to watch some like TV show and then they can just hear you playing Angry Birds on the iPad. Imagine this guy's whole family at a funeral mourning for someone, and then in the background you can just hear I don't know. Thank you for the 2. But respect for having your whole family watch me, dude. That's revolutionary, right? What's your favorite order at a Chinese restaurant? What's my favorite order at a Chinese restaurant? Let me think about that. I like a good... You know what? Sometimes a Pomeranian ain't bad to kick it off with a starter. You know what I mean? Pomeranian for starters. And then once we get into the main meal, that's when I'm looking for more Labrador, German Shepherd type beat. You know what I'm saying? With maybe a good garnish of... I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to think. Or some fucking ugly thing out of the sea. That's another thing I could order on their menu. I don't know why they do that shit. If it looks like a bug, you shouldn't be eating it, I think. Charles needs to use front kicks, leg stomps if he has any chance at slowing Ilya down. The stomps are big against Ilya because his front quad on his left leg is completely separated, so he's prone to be injured from a fucking stomp. But no one does it because they're dumb. They don't do it. Van gonna KO Royval so bad, Ice is taking him away. Alright, thank you for the $2, dude. Wait till Taylor gets both of them in the rematch days. No one else has tried it. Holloway had good success with that. Holloway did try that, yeah. He did it a few times. But I want a proper one, though, not a Holloway baby attack. That's the noise that Holloway's attacks make. Yeah, I mean, JDM's punches make this noise. That's the noise that JDM's punches make. Holloway's are more of a... Just tuning up Brian Ortega. at the gash. Guru in good spirits after Jones vid. Oh, yeah, it's just, dude, Jones just fucking makes my day, his demise. Still crying on Twitter about me. He's like indirectly referencing me on Twitter right now if you guys haven't seen it, but, you know. He can't help himself, dude. Rent-free in that gay head of his. Another vid on Jones incoming. What did he say on X? He's just indirectly referencing me about people being, like, so obsessed with him. And I really don't care. I just find it funny that to, like, shit on how pathetic of a person Jon Jones is. Like, he's literally pushing 40 with a family and kids. And he's got some mid-absolute fucking sludge bitch in his fucking passenger seat that shit her pants. And he needs to flee the vehicle. It's just funny. I was laughing about it with my dad today. Kaikara France is going to do the Maori thing. I imagine so. He was. I'm not gonna pick on him for it though, because he was crying about. Oh, here he is with the Maori stuff. He was crying about it at the backstage fighter meetings that they have. He was tearing up because, I don't know why. He took the English name of Kai or something like that. And he felt like he was denying his true heritage and identity. I don't know what's going on with Kaikara France, but, you know. I just find it funny how when someone's like a quarter something else other than white, they're just fully that 100%. You know? Sorry. Hackers are cool, but Kaikara France makes it cringe. No, he's the most alpha one there is. They ain't got no one in the UFC but him. It's that white in him, dude. Making him a good fighter. Real talk, why did Kai go into the back room of the UFC and trauma dump on DC and O'Leary for no reason? I can't make fun of him. I fucking borderline trauma dumped on Demetrius Johnson's pod just because I hadn't spoke to anyone in a year. But here's Kai Kara France. Oh, why you got to do that, man? Look at Kai Kara France. Oh, God. Literally a quarter Maori. Funny shit, man. Shout out to Kai Kara France, dude, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny. It just is a funny thing, you know? It's just such a weird fucking thing to do. Just sat down at a table with a box of tissues and moisturizer. Going to be a good 3 hours, yeah. Kai means food in Maori. Must have been a tactic by his parents not to feed him during stunting his growth. You have food already. I think it was a tactic to get him chomped by Taito Ivasa in the neighborhood. They didn't want him. Chat, do you think, like, you know when these cultures pass down this way of doing things? Hear me out about this Samoan Maori culture, chat. You know when, like, one group of them do it and then they pass it down to their future generations? There must have been a first person to do that haka when they go, and all of that type of stuff, right? So, hear me out. What if there was just some retarded guy that was, like, in charge of a village back in the day? And now we await a speech from our king, chief of our tribe. Speak, chief. And he's just up there going, and all of a sudden they go, he's got it. Yes, we must pass this down to every generation. Like, what if he was just a retarded guy and they think, this is, our king has spoken. Teach your children the ways and allow them to continue the trend. Years from now, you know? I don't know if that's, like, how it went down, but I could honestly see that reality. Because we had a lot of retarded kings in Europe, you know what I mean? So what if there was just like a retarded chief on the island going, and like thinking he's giving orders, and the rest of the village is just too scared to correct him and go, he's cooking. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll teach our kids the way of this. This is the shit right here. But in reality, they're just like copying a Down syndrome guy spurging out. I don't know. It could be reality. Imagine thousands of years just copying some Down syndrome guy that used to lead them back in fucking 954 AD. People are whatever is convenient to them and gets them more stuff. Best fighters are black. Best fighters are black? Well, that must be why they have so many champs right now. Let's have a look, shall we? I'm joking now. I want you to take your eyes across the rankings of the UFC right now, dude, and you tell me that again. I'm joking. No, but they're not. The Maori literally ate all the real natives. Okay. NZ is putting Maori stank on everything is gay. Impression of bully Aspinall reacting to Kai Kara France doing this Maori stuff and assuming he has special needs. What the fuck are you doing, mate? Listen, now I'm actually quite fucking experienced with this, mate. I don't want to ruin my relationship with Aspinall. I need to stop. Thank you for the £10. Impression of Kai Kara France being asked how his day was and him breaking down in tears about why he's ashamed of his name. Okay. No, we're not going to mimic him crying. Don't do that. He's a fun fighter. I hope he wins. I don't. I like Pantoja, but yeah. Impression of Shane Young and Kai Kara France blowing each other's backstage while the other one does the hacker. I don't know what they would do, man. Thank you for the $10. Hello. Maori culture gets shoved down our throats here. Thank you for the $2 New Zealand. I mean, it's fair, you know what I mean? They got intimidated by the retard chief because they themselves were retarded, okay? Thank you for the $5. Would be hard to know if they have the downs or not by the looks of them. All right. Are Maori that bad? I don't know if they look downs. Impression of Kai Kara France thinking a Connor meltdown is the hacker. I didn't know. Hey, let's go, bro. I didn't know Connor was that cultured. Impression of Tribal Chief Romero doing the hacker. Oh, my binga, clapa chica. I don't know. Thank you for the 7 months of membership. Impression of Bully Tom catching up to and making death sentence drop the whole fake retarded guy thing and telling him it's offensive to Kai. That's fucking offensive to Kai Kara France, mate. You can't fucking act like a downy. Go on, mate. Gaethje at his house asking why Ice hasn't got him. Okay. That's what Gaethje would say. The Bronx with a cheer from the crowd, dude. It's crazy how he's won over the crowd like this. Impression of Maori holding you hostage by the arm. Nah, get off. That's wild, referencing Tom's son. No, I didn't. I said it and I didn't even realize what I was saying. That's why I took it all back. And I realized, oh shit, that's actually pretty fucking accurate. Jon Jones has a brown tongue. Thank you for the €2. Impression of Kai Kara France fecal vomiting during the hacker. Hey, shit, bro, I got poo in my tongue, hey. Can you do an impression of Kai Kara France doing his Maori hacker walk-in tomorrow? Lights go dark for our contender this evening. I don't know what you would do. Thank you for the 5. Impression on Islam beating his goat wife to one-up Jones. All right. I told you. You keep letting him out to do us. Impression of Yoel Romero joining Maori culture. Hey! Why are you all retarded? The hacker against LGBT was pretty based. It was, actually. That's pretty based. Impression of Jones doing the hacker to the cops after a DUI. Guru 1. So Tom just hopped on Ariel's show and had a very interesting take on athletes using PEDs. It was brutal. I saw it. 14:49 mark when you get the chance. Want to know your thoughts? I think you'll appreciate what he had to say. I saw what he was saying on there, yeah. I'll look it up now because there's a quote that I saw on Twitter. And you know what's crazy? Fighters are only now speaking up about this, which is good. But not enough fighters speak about PEDs in MMA. At all. Not, like, barely any of them even reference it anymore. It used to be a thing when USADA first came along, where there were so many fighters like, oh, finally I get to call these people out for being on roids. And we saw Bisping pave the way with that, and a lot of other fighters were massive. Like, they build an entire identity around trashing people on roids. But then it kind of went away, and now people accept it, and it's really weird. But Tom Aspinall said, Tom Aspinall on PEDs in MMA. If your job is to physically hurt another person, which could potentially redirect the rest of their lives, you're an absolute piece of shit, and you should never be able to fight again if you have any PED stuff. It's like taking a gun to a knife fight. How can you look yourself in the mirror when you know that you're cheating? You could potentially damage the other person for life. It's fucking disgusting, mate. It's absolutely fucking rank, mate. Thoughts on Strickland fans saying shit like he went off at the presser and it's just him doing an unbearable impression of someone's uncle? I saw that stuff with Laura Sanko. You know what? It's quite uncomfortable, you know. He's talking about Laura Sanko's looks the whole time, and he's funny, Strickland, yeah, but sometimes it's just like, there's funny, but when you're making someone really uncomfortable with it, it's interesting, you know. I didn't know how to feel about that. It was funny to watch, but it was also just like, come on, man. Impression of Bryce reciting Leviticus 18:22 to Jon. I don't know what Leviticus 18:22 is. Is that something that references gay people? You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. Anyway. Thank you for the $2. There you go. Who has the better criminal career, Ngumbo or Jon? You know his name's not Ngumbo. Jon Jones has the better criminal career. Ngannou's more of a one-hit wonder, if you know what I'm saying. Impression of Bisping shouting at his wife for putting his eye in the washing machine. Fucking hell, I could fucking... It's stinging my fucking eye socket with fucking washing up liquid, you cunt. Did you see how many questions at the Crawford versus Canelo press conference were throwing shade at Dana White for ditching the UFC? Very funny. I may have to make a whole video about it. You know what I was going to do? I was going to make a video on Joe Rogan talking with Corey Sandhagen about Jon Jones and some of the other stuff that he was talking about. I think that'd be pretty good. Should have seen Ariel's reaction to DJ calling Ian a cuck on his show today. It was golden. Damn, a few things have been going on, huh? Thank you for the $5. It's been golden recently, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 2. Matty Betts agreed to fight you in Florida. Oh, yeah, they were talking about me on the Show Me the Money pod. Gilbert Burns was calling me a hater for going after Jon Jones. Gilbert. Thank you for the 2. No, I ain't fighting Matty Betts. I'm all right, man. Ilya in round 1 or 2. God, look at Brooklyn Wren. Gee willikers. Ilya round 1, I think. Late round 1. Guru, yesterday I used to pray for times like this. I know, dude. There used to be times I was starving for content like this. Bully Tom stapling down a Down syndrome boy's fingers. All right. Fucking hell, mate. You ain't going to need these, are you? I don't know. Can't pick your nose now, can you? You fucking dummy. I'm not going to do that. Aloha Snack Bar, fellow Goyam. Thank you for the 2. DJ called Ian a cuck on Ariel's show when Ian was standing right there, off to the side, ready to be interviewed next. You're rubbing off on him. Whoa, chill out, mate. I'm not doing that. But I saw a lot of DJ's points on Twitter, dude. He's speaking the truth. God damn it. That's what DJ's speaking. The damn truth and nothing but it. You know I'm putting him on the map right now? Who else is repping Wales like this? Come on. Orban? Me and Orban, no one else. I record at the same studio and as Brady and Piper and caught them watching Guru Jon Jones video in the car before recording their pod. I see them weekly. Any message from you? You know how Gilbert Burns was so casually talking about how he watched all of the videos about Ian Gary and Jon Jones and all of that? It's crazy. Thank you for the $2, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if they did watch a few videos. Dude, let's face it. If you're in the MMA world, you're watching the Jon Jones mma-guru saga going down. I truly believe so. Even if you don't like me and don't find it funny, you gotta watch. You know? He said he didn't watch them. No, he did say he watched the Ian Gary ones and the other ones, but he didn't watch the Jon Jones ones. Hi, everyone. Where can I watch the fight? Yeah, Scribbles. It's tomorrow, mate. Impression of Mikey. What the fuck is that? Wow, that was a weird feeling in the side of my fucking face for a second now. Let's see if I just firmed a stroke or not. That'd be banter to find out later on. The fuck was that? I just felt a whole fucking thing happen to the left side of my face. Get to a vet. I'm not an animal. But it's close. What is going on with my face? I keep getting like sharp pains in my face. What is that on my mustache, man? I haven't slept well in a few days. Maybe it's that. Dude, my traps are too fucking big for this shirt! Too much powder? Yeah, I've been snorting too much cocaine. That's it. It's not a stroke. I'm not having a stroke, okay? Enough of that, will you? You're big in India because they worship cows. Alright. Very, very funny. You're big in India. You want to know why? Because they worship pieces of shit. How about that one for you, mate? Oh, my fucking mustache. What is going on? What's that pain in my lip? Go MMA. You say the wrong thing and I can neutralize a source of your income in a snap of the fingers like that. You little leech parasite human. Add that to the outro of your fucking video.